You might think you know The Walking Dead, but here are 12 facts you may not know about the long-running survival horror series. Also, just a heads up for those who haven't yet read the series, this video definitely contains spoilers, so proceed at your own risk. The first issue of The Walking Dead appeared in October 2003 and featured a story by Robert Kirkman and Tony Moore. The two were big fans of zombie movies and wanted to explore a story that looked at what happens after zombie movies end. The Walking Dead was originally set to debut in early 2003, but was pushed back to October to coincide with Halloween. To fill in their schedule during the delay, Kirkland and Moore created Brit, a series based on an indestructible old man who would go on to be a major player in Kirkman's superhero title, Invincible. Between the originally planned launch date for the first issue and its actual release came the debut of the hit British pseudo-zombie film 28 Days Later. Both the film and the comic open with their protagonist waking from a coma to discover a post-apocalyptic world. But as the first issue of the comic was complete long before the film's debut, this is a complete coincidence. The Walking Dead was originally conceived as a Night of the Living Dead series. Due to copyright error, the seminal zombie film has long been in the public domain, and Kirkman and Moore designed their series to be a follow-up to it. Image Comics suggested that they should turn it into something that they would actually own, and so the title and premise was reworked. Worried that Image would not be interested in a zombie comic without a distinct hook, Kirkman told the publisher that he would eventually reveal that The Walking Dead was actually an alien invasion story, never actually intending to do this. Fortunately, the book was a hit based on the drama alone, and he didn't need the artificial hook. Kirkman made reference to the alien invasion idea in a spoof backup story included in The Walking Dead number 75. When Charlie Adler took over as artist with issue number 7, he had only 2 weeks to complete his first issue. With this tight deadline, he made an art mix-up that ended up lasting. Major player Andrea, the crew's crackshot, started being drawn to look like her sister Amy, who had been killed by a zombie in issue number 5. Issue number 100 saw the death of Glenn, a popular character who had been around since the second issue of the series. Strangely, Kirkman seemed to accidentally spoil that Glenn was going to die a full year ahead of time in the book's letters page. However, given Kirkman's sense of humor, it's hard to tell if this was an honest mistake or a dark joke to mess with his fans. Kirkman is known to often make dramatic changes in the writing process in between writing the plot for an issue and finishing the script, resulting in stories that end much differently than even he had planned. One such story was in issue number 18, which was originally meant to end with Rick and Lori splitting up after Rick savagely beats child murderer Thomas. Instead, they stayed together. Another such last-minute story change came in issue number 98, which saw the death of popular cast member Abraham. Originally, Abraham and fellow cast member Eugene were meant to have a firefight with survivalist militia, the Saviors, but ultimately survive and make it back to camp. While scripting the issue, Kirkman decided it would make the survivors seem like less of a threat if both men survived, and so Abraham took an arrow through the eye. The Walking Dead number 100 shipped in July 2012 with over 360,000 copies sold via pre-order, making it the top-selling comic book of the month. This meant that it was the first non-Marvel or DC title to top the sales charts since Dreamwave's Transformers in 2012, and the first Image title at number 1 since Spawn number 100 in the year 2000. Robert Kirkman often makes playful references between his various comic works, such as Carl Grimes wearing a t-shirt with the logo of Kirkman's creation with artist Cory Walker, Science Dog. Another example is a hulking villain character in his superhero series Invincible called The Walking Dread, a horrific reanimated corpse powered by electricity. The Walking Dead has gone on to be a marketing monster. Besides the rating-smashing AMC show and its spin-off, The Walking Dead has inspired video games, novels, board games, an air freshener that I guess smells like Daryl Dixon, and this terrifying body pillow. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Comics. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance for more comic facts, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comic awesomeness.